What's going on, everybody? This is Blaze coming to you with a new video, and today I'm going to tell you why I believe Dragon Ball Super is way better than Dragon Ball GT. First of all, we have the expansive universe of Dragon Ball Super. In Dragon Ball Z, the only, I guess you could say, gods we knew of were like the Kais. We knew King Kai and we knew Supreme Kai. But when you move into Dragon Ball Super, you have so much more. They really expanded the Dragon Ball world because we're introduced to the God of Destruction, Beerus, and we also introduced to the Angel Whis. And we also find out later on there's multiple universes out there. I believe 1 through 12. I believe one was erased by Zeno. But yeah, each of those universes have a God of Destruction and an angel, and they also have a godlike being that's over all of them named Zeno, who can actually literally erase anything just by raising his hand up. So yeah, they really expanded the Dragon Ball universe, and I feel like that's what a series should do. Like, I don't expect Super to be as good as Dragon Ball Z, but I expect something different from a sequel, something unique. I don't want to see the same thing of what Dragon Ball Z was, because 9 times out of 10, if you redo something, it's going to be a crappier version of it. Like, for example, Dragon Ball GT did not really expand anything. Look at the beginning of the series, for example. You have Goku, Pan, and Trunks, running around in space, searching for Dragon Balls. All this is pretty much what they did in Dragon Ball. And Dragon Ball, it was just Goku and Bulma looking for Dragon Balls instead of Goku, Trunks, and Pan. But again, the GT version of that was a lot worse. Why would I want to see that when I can already see that in Dragon Ball? But anyways, another thing I like about Dragon Ball Super is that there are a lot of unique and new characters. Of course, we have the God of Destruction, Beerus, we have Whis, but also some of the characters in the Tournament of Power as well. I never thought I would be able to see. Like a female Broly. That was pretty much like for the fans right there. That was purely for the fans. We got to see Khalifa. And also, one of my favorites is because he's not just some powerhouse. I really like Hit because like his fighting style is more technique based. As you know, he used time skip to, I believe, skip ahead 1/10 of a second and like move around and able to hit opponents in vital points. So Hit is very unique because he's not just like most characters just powering up and just beating the person down just by being stronger. That's essentially what most of Dragon Ball is. And Hit, he was a lot different from what we would usually see in a Dragon Ball show. But anyways, and now just look at Dragon Ball GT. We didn't really see any kind of new characters on really any size. Just look at the arcs, for example. We didn't even get any really new villains when you really think about it, like new main villains. The only one we really got was honestly Omega Shenron. Just look at the other two. We have Baby and we have Super 17. Baby, for example, all he is another version of an evil Vegeta. Baby Vegeta. I know he's not technically like a Saiyan. He possessed Vegeta's body, but even still, how many times do we have to go through a evil Vegeta again? Okay, Vegeta, when we first seen him in Saiyan side, he was evil to the core. And then Namek Saga, he was still evil, but he worked with them, to pretty much, try to get rid of the Frieza Force. And then he's an anti-hero in Cell. And then in the Majin Buu arc, he kind of goes back to being evil, Majin Vegeta. So you can kind of say he was evil again. Then he redeemed himself. And now Dragon Ball GT wants to again make Vegeta evil. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. it's redundant. Again, Dragon Ball GT is just rehashing ideas once again. We're fighting Vegeta, evil version of Vegeta. I mean, how many times we have to see this? You have Super 17 again. How do you take two 17s and you get one Super 17 that's as strong as a Super Saiyan 4 and nobody else can touch him? I mean, I don't know, guys. To me, you can't really make it make sense to me, honestly. I mean, Omega Shinron is the only main villain I would say I don't really have anything bad to say about, because he was an original idea. I like the fact that, you know, the Dragon Balls, they always was used to save them, and then, you know, turns out it was actually, you know, being used against them for one. So it was definitely a unique twist as far as that goes. But anyways, I also like the fact that Dragon Ball Super isn't the Goku show. You know, it's not all about Goku. You know, at certain point, people was calling the Goku and Vegeta show, but even still, I like that part because Vegeta is actually keeping up with Goku. Like Goku, in the end, he did get Ultra Instinct, but they both had Super Saiyan Blue, and him and Goku were somewhat on the same wavelength, especially later on in the manga when Vegeta he achieves Ultra Ego. So pretty much him and Goku are pretty even. But not even just that, when you look at later on, for example, the Tournament of Power, we see a lot of old faces get involved. Now I will admit the power boost that some of these characters got, like Master Roshi, Krillin, and especially Android 17, they were definitely questionable. But it was nice to see other characters involved, you know, some other characters we actually liked, actually, you know, were useful, you know, especially honestly Android 17, which his power boost is questionable. I'm not denying that, but who would have thought, you know, Frieza and Goku would first of all team up, you know, the way they did, and then Android 17 would actually be the one to win. You know, if this was Dragon Ball GT, Goku would have absolutely 100% been the last one standing. But I would not have expected Android 17 to be the last one standing in the Tournament of Power. Meanwhile, we have Dragon Ball GT, and it is the total opposite of this. We see literally almost nobody do anything in Dragon Ball GT except for Goku. I mean, there's nobody really that's even strong enough except for Goku, except for Vegeta at the very end when he goes Super Saiyan 4. But even then, he needs a machine. Oob is slightly useful in the baby arc, but pretty much after that, he becomes canon fodder like every other character in Dragon Ball GT except for Goku. So yeah, guys, this is just my thoughts on, you know, Dragon Ball, because I actually seen this before, people saying that Dragon Ball GT is better than Super, and I'm like, how? I mean, the plot's terrible. There's nobody really who does any kind of work except for Goku. I mean, the only good thing I could say about it is the Super Saiyan 4, and I like the character design. I think the artwork is nice, but that's about it. But anyways, guys, it's just my opinion. Let me know what you think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.